50-50 isn't actually 50-50, especially when you first start dating. Going on a date with a man puts you at physical risk and harm.
Dating men does not put you at risk at harm unless you are dating violent criminals. And even if you are dating violent criminals, the majority of violent criminals are only violent against other men. And oftentimes they will do violent things on behalf of women that they are dating. In fact, this is arguably one of the reasons why hybristophilia is so common among women. Hybristophilia being the intimate attraction to violent criminals. So yeah, if you are scared for your life when dating a man, you either need to pick better men or you need to go to therapy because you have a problem. Now, whether that problem is hybristophilia or personal trauma is something you need to work out with your therapist. Keyword, work out with your therapist. Because it's become very obvious that a lot of you ladies only go to therapy so you can learn how to manipulate others better, not because you want to work on yourself. And above all, the wide majority of men are not violent criminals. There's only 19 million convicted felons within the US. There is 166 million men in the US. Not every convicted felon is a violent criminal. But even if we say every convicted felon is a man and is a violent criminal, that's still maybe 10% of the overall male population at most. And a disproportionate number of those men are black and Latino. And if your next argument is to rebuttal with systemic racism, my question to you is, if you understand systemic bias so well, why do you not extend the same benefit of the doubt to men who are disproportionately more likely to be convicted for crimes in general? Or does that only count when it fits your political dogma? Forget white male privilege. Maybe we should call it white female privilege instead, considering white women are statistically the least likely to be convicted even when they commit the same crime. Oops!
Them covering the bill is the least that they can do.
Or it's because you're either broke or entitled. The mental gymnastics you're going through just tells me you want equal rights, power, and privilege without equal expectations, responsibilities, and consequences. Y'all want to complain about the wage gap, but you'll never look deeper into why that exists. Men are typically paid more because they're expected to provide for others. Women are not. The longer y'all refuse to go 50-50, the longer y'all will get paid less than men. It doesn't matter how qualified you are. Hey, I have a wife and kids to feed will always get you more pay than someone saying, hey, I'm just as qualified as this guy, why am I not getting paid the same? You're getting paid less because you don't have any dependents. Nobody is relying on your income but you. There's literally no reason to pay you the same as a guy with a family to take care of. Don't take my word for it, it's all in the Bureau of Labor Statistics, you can check it out yourself. Now, if we take relationships completely out of the equation, single women typically out-earn single men. And if you're not single, you're probably not in the dating market anymore. If you are single and you are in the dating market, you have absolutely no excuse to try to justify refusing to pay 50-50 with the wage gap. It doesn't exist for you. If anything, it's the other way around. Say whatever you want. The reason y'all don't get paid as much as the average man is because y'all don't do as much as the average man, neither in the workforce nor in a relationship. And because single women actually get paid more than their single male counterparts, you can't use the wage gap as an excuse to avoid going 50-50. And if you're simply broke, well, maybe you shouldn't be dating. Seriously, get a job. Take care of yourself. It's the bare minimum.
That's not even considering the makeup, the time, the pink tax.
This is a ridiculous argument, especially the pink tax, because it's been completely debunked. First and foremost, I'm a guy with long hair. Do you think I use guy shampoo, which is meant for short hair? Nope, I use women's shampoo, because it's meant for long hair, like mine. Also, I have facial hair. You need a separate shampoo and conditioner for that. I also have oil for my facial hair, balm for my facial hair, butter for my facial hair, a specialized comb for my facial hair, and even a specialized brush for it. But as you can see, my facial hair right now is rather short. That's because I just got done with a turnaround and I'm required to shave everything but the mustache. Razors aren't cheap either. Shaving cream adds up over time. As for body odor, I wear patchouli, Right Guard antiperspirant and deodorant, cologne, soap, body wash, baby powder. And for all you ladies who like a guy who's into fitness or is in shape, gym membership can range from $10 a month for something cheap like Planet Fitness to up to $100 a month for people who are into specialized fitness routines like martial arts. Then there's guys like me who decided to just build their own home gym. Kicking bag, dumbbells, weighted vest, mat, kettlebell, wrestling bag, weight bench, spin bar, speed bag, protein powder, creatine, pre-workout, amino acids, testosterone boosters, recovery supplements, multivitamin, L-arginine, magnesium, and nitric oxide. So unless you got the muscle mommy physique and makeup, I don't want to hear it. And that's not even talking about all the tools we buy for a lot of us blue-collar guys who have blue-collar jobs. Oftentimes we have to buy our own tools, and they ain't exactly cheap. The only reason I keep my sledgehammer in the house is because it's good for home defense, because it scares a lot of people off when need be. And the fact of the matter is it's a good workout tool as well. So yeah, it's both a tool for work and working out.
Dating is expensive, and if a man cannot afford to go on multiple dates with a woman, then he cannot afford to be with her.
OnlyFans and strippers. What are you bringing to the table that we wouldn't get from them? We can give ourselves an orgasm if need be. All we need is a Wi-Fi connection. If we want to trade news and talk to people, there's a platform for that. If we want more physical contact, that's what strip clubs are for. Sooner or later, guys are going to realize they can fix most of the problems with dating just by decriminalizing sex work. After which, what are you bringing to the table that we couldn't just outright pay for? If you're expecting us to pay for things anyway, then what's the point of dating? Because if we get in a relationship with women like you, and we're the sole financial provider, what's the point? We might pay less over time just dealing with spicy workers anyway. Ladies, seriously ask yourself, what do we need you for that we couldn't get from a whore?
Men are usually better off without men anyway.
You know, I'm not really against the LGBT community because I don't give a damn what goes on between two or more consenting adults. But I did notice the pride colors in your profile and your username. Yeah, you just hate men and want to try to get women on your side of the fence. But that's not actually going to fix their problem. You see, domestic violence among lesbians is actually higher than it is among heterosexual couples. The divorce rate among lesbians is actually higher than it is among heterosexual couples. This isn't to say that lesbians in general are toxic or violent people. But if we go by your logic and look at violence rates among men and women, women are actually much safer around men than they are other women. Again, even when women commit the same crime as men, they are far less likely to be charged, let alone convicted. This includes when they commit those same violent crimes against other women. In fact, the only crimes that women are typically charged for more often than men seems to be child abuse. And that's probably because it's the only situation in which women are clearly stronger than the victim. If the victim is another woman or a man, the justice system turns a blind eye. Seriously, y'all aren't actually less violent than men, y'all are just getting away with it infinitely more. Again, white female privilege, not white male.
If they are making your life easier and better and you have to pay on top of that, it sounds like the biggest scam in history to me.
Oh, the irony that you ended your video like that. What do women do to make a man's life easier or better? Once again, what would a man get from dating modern women that he wouldn't get from a whore? If he's gotta pay for it anyway, what difference does it make?